We are now a third of the way through the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season, and what a season it has been so far up to this point. We've seen 5 different drivers go to victory lane so far this season. The only one to go to victory lane so far multiple times this season has been the 60 of Brian Webb, but we definitely have a lot of other drivers looking to nab their second win of the season, like Andrew Williams, who is starting on the pole position here tonight, along with guys like Aaron Abel and Isaac Nichols, who have been fast throughout these first couple races of the season. But here tonight, here for the 7th race of the season, we are here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is usually host to a lot of the longer races that you usually see, but tonight it plays host to one of the shortest races we have here on the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series calendar. Only a 34-lap race here tonight, but still a lot of opportunity for some crazy action here tonight around America's racetrack. The Charlotte Motor Speedway playing host here to the 7th race of the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the running of the KNN200. What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome to the KNN200 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, race number 7 here on the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. And like I said, we're now a third of the way through the season after we took the checkered flag last time out at the Kansas Speedway. And like I said, we've had a quite a bit of parity so far this season. Like I said, only one driver has gone to victory lane twice so far this season. And we've had 5 different race winners. We had David Dixon get the win at Daytona. You had Isaac Nichols going to victory lane at Michigan. Andrew Williams won at New Hampshire, and Aaron Abel won the last race at the Kansas Speedway. Then you also got Brian Webb, who won at Darlington and Bristol. But yeah, as these ratings keep going on and keep getting more and more developed, we're really seeing these patterns come into fruition, like I've been saying these past couple of weeks. And as the season goes along, I think we're really going to start seeing drivers knock off wins, and one of those drivers who definitely has a good shot at potentially nabbing his second win of the season is that 11 of Andrew Williams, who comes into this race starting on the pole position. Of course, your race winner from New Hampshire, but has definitely showed race-winning pace in quite a few races so far this season. So that is definitely a car that I will be looking out for tonight and as this season goes along. But it's going to be a very fun one here from Charlotte. And joining alongside me on the call, we have Matt Tuck, owner of Celsius T Velocity. Thank you so much for joining me up here in the booth once again. Of course, you've got Rogel Doran, you've got Blaine Keys. Both your cars have shown quite a bit of speed so far throughout this season. Still yet to go to victory lane, but Blaine Keys almost got it last time out at the Kansas Speedway. Just came up short there in the second position. But we know Blaine has race-winning speed. We've seen Rogel having a lot of speed here as well. Starting about mid-pack is both of your guys. So what do you think they need to do to potentially make their way up towards the front, potentially put themselves in a position to nab your all's first win of the season here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Well, it's been a good track for us here in the past. Obviously had a lot of success here last year with Lane scoring the victory. It is a get up and go from the jump type of race here tonight. You cannot waste any time working your way through the pack if you're in the midfield. Just as if you're the front runners, you cannot waste any time trying to break away, because this race is very short. The quicker you build a gap, the quicker you make up your gaps. It's very, very important here tonight, because you will not get a lot of opportunities to make right on them if you do not off the start. So these opening couple laps are going to be crucial for, not just us, but the entire field. But should be a lot of fun here. And another GRT truck on the pole. Is this a trend carried over from last year? It's carried over again this year. And the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Hey, GRT has been on a tear so far this season with the likes of Broke Boys Garage, Parker Davis Enterprises, and Arani Racing. All those teams have shown quite a bit of speed so far throughout this season. And like I said, we've seen Andrew Williams there go to victory lane there at New Hampshire. But all those cars looking really, really fast so far here throughout the season. And yeah, I definitely don't doubt that all those teams will definitely potentially be in race-winning contention as this season goes along. We'll have to see how it ends up shaking out, but yeah, all those teams there have been looking really, really fast here to start out this season. But there's definitely a lot of other teams that have been quick so far. Of course, TP Motorsports there with Bryce Egan and Eric Monaco has looked pretty speedy. Mahindra Motorsports, of course, got those 2 wins with Brian Webb, but Andrew Miller's been quick as well. Heartland Enterprises has looked really strong there with Tyler Jericho and Thomas Troxel. Both those cars here starting inside of the top 5 here tonight. Just a lot of teams have been really, really strong so far throughout this season, and still quite a few drivers from those teams yet to go to victory lane, so I definitely still think we've got quite a bit of parity in store as this season goes along, but it's definitely been really, really fun to see how these ratings have developed so far here through these first couple of races of the season. It'll be really interesting to see as this season goes along and eventually comes to a close who we will see up at the front of the standings come title fight time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see how it all plays out. But that is then, and this is now, and we are here for race number 7 of the season here, the K&N200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Got 34 laps of racing ahead of us. Got a pit window about 20 to 23 laps long. And that could definitely get very, very interesting as well. Of course, Charlotte Motor Speedway, we know how chaotic this track gets sometimes. And kind of just like last time at the Kansas Speedway, these starts will be really, really hectic as everyone tries to nab what they can before the tires start to wear out a little bit. Everyone starts getting spread out, so that'll definitely be something to watch out for. But it's going to be a very fun race here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes down here after 34 laps here around America's racetrack here in Concord, North Carolina. But really quickly, before we get these guys rolling off, we'll take a quick look here at your point standings coming in here to the 7th race of the season. And after nabbing a statement win at the Kansas Speedway, Aaron Abel comes into this race your points leader with an 8-point gap back to the 60 of Brian Webb, who's had a turbulent past couple of weeks, looking to potentially try and turn things around here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Third in points coming in is Matthew Hubert. He comes in 15 points behind. Blaine Keys is up to 4th in points, 22 back, and tied with Andrew Williams there. Philip Torres comes in 6th in points, 28 back. Nicholas Samadillo is 7th, 29 back. Joe Rukowski comes in a 38 back. Isaac Nichols is 9th, 39 back. And Tyler Jericho rounds out your top 10 in points, coming in 40 points behind Aaron Abel. Still early on in the season, so the point standing still pretty tight, especially up towards the front of the field. And definitely still have a lot of opportunity for shakeups. We'll have to see how these points will shake out here after 34 laps here tonight around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But I think I've yapped on for quite long enough. I think it's about time we get these guys rolling here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And as I do, we'll take a quick look here at your starting lineup here for the K&N200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Starting on the pole position, it's the number 11 of Andrew Williams there for Broke Boys Garage, starting alongside the 97 Heartland Enterprises Ford of Tyler Jericho. Row 2 is the 52 of Matthew Hubert, starting alongside the 42 of Andrew Miller. Row 3 is the 67 of Thomas Troxel, starting alongside the 28 of Bryce Egan. Row 4, it's the number 10 of Logan Williams, starting alongside the 06 of Skep Silver. Rounding out your top 10 there in row 5, we have the 69 of Jeffrey Finguy, starting alongside the 6 of Nicholas Samadillo. One rolls off the pit lane here. Matt, I got to put you on the spot here. Who's your pick to go to victory lane here tonight after everything is said and done here in the K&N200 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Well, we're going to get another GRT family member to get their first win of the season, and it's going to come from the inside of row number 2, and I think that Matthew Huber has a vision tonight, and that vision, or I've had a vision of Matthew Huber, and that's of him holding the trophy at the end of this K&N 250 here at Charlotte.
Matthew Huber still looking for his first win of the season. Shoulda, coulda, woulda got the win earlier on in the season at Darlington, but got swept away there from the 60 of Brian Webb off of strategy. But Hubert has definitely been fast so far this season. Finally looking to nab that first win there here in the Truck Series for Durrani Racing. It's going to be a really interesting race. Cannot wait to see how it'll all play out here tonight after everything is said and done here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But we got 34 laps between now and then, and we'll just have to see how it all ends up shaking out here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But here we go. The pace truck's going to make the left-hand turn on the pit lane, and it's going to be the 11 of Andrew Williams and the 97 of Tyler Jericho who's going to lead the field to the green flag. We're racing here in the K&N 200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming off of turn number 4, a great jump off the start for Andrew Williams. He leads lap number 1, but here comes the 52. Matthew Hubert all over the back bumper to the inside here. Going into turns 1 and 2, side by side here through the corner. Hubert on the inside, looking for that advantage. Williams trying to hang tough on the outside. Thomas Troxel in the 67 up to third. Looks to the inside of Andrew Williams, but gets split 3 wide between both the Broke Boys Garage trucks as Logan Williams is going to look inside a 3 wide, and Thomas Troxel stuck in the middle of a Broke Boys Garage sandwich as we head back into 1 and 2, but Logan now slides up, and we're nearly 4 wide. We are 4 wide for second as Finn Guy with a big move to the inside here as we head into 3 and 4. This could get tight. Ooh, Troxel doors Andrew Williams up the track. They're still 4 wide as we come off of turn number 4 with now Ward on the inside.
Oh my god. I thought
they made it work.
Oh my goodness. I thought they were going to jump absolutely everybody in this field. And you know who's liking this? This is Matthew Huber. He can just scoot away from this. He's watching it. He's like, they're doing what behind me? I'm just going to lock in for a qualifying. Oh, they're not done yet.
Oh, they're not done.
Oh, you get it out the front stretch. Doesn't work here.
They're making it work here so far as they fan back down to 3 wide. Logan Williams thought a bit better of it that time around. Slots in behind the 05 Isaac Nichols, but they're getting absolutely insane back here behind the 52 of Matthew Hubert. How about Jeffrey Finguy now up into second, making it a 1-2 for Durrani Racing. And you also got Duncan Ward there in the 24 up into the 3rd position. Isaac Nichols side by side with Eric Monaco for 4th. Logan Williams waiting in the wings right behind those guys. Thomas Troxel there right behind him. A lot of shuffling here in the early stages of this race. Still got 3 wide. Couple rows deep back here as Aaron Abel looking to make some moves here through the field. So is Joe Rutkowski. So is Brian Webb, who almost there cut the nose off of the 01 of Berto Crown Jr. Skep Silver, Nicholas Samadillo haven't had the best of starts to this race. They've fallen back quite a bit. Still quite a ways left in this race, and everybody's still pretty much bunched together, except up front here for the 52 of Matthew Hubert, who currently leads by half a second to his teammate, Jeffrey Finguy.
No, what an unbelievable start here from Durrani Racing. I mean, Matthew Hubert jumped to the inside, got the lead right away.
Oh, we got a caution. Oh, it's Skep Silver,
no.
Bruno Diacomo, LJ Semedo, Kochmer, Brian Webb.
Uh-oh.
Couple trucks involved here. Philip Torres, Nathan Stapleton. And we are under caution here for the first time tonight here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for a multi-car crash here down the back straightaway.
And we're in the pit window. Barely when they go back to green. Oh.
Looks like everybody is going to come down the pit lane. Of course, pit window about 20 to 23 laps. 23 probably about the max you can stretch the window. Yeah, that pretty much puts these guys just right barely.
They're not gonna make it.
It's going to be very, very tight to get to the end. I can definitely tell you all that. So if this race does go caution-free to the end, we might, just might, have a fuel strategy race on our hands here.
All right. Can this race go caution-free, chat, after we just saw 2 laps of them trying to run 4 wide down the front straightaway at Charlotte? I'm gonna think not. What?
Thomas Truxell either did or almost got in the back of the 42 of Andrew Miller there, leaving the pit lane. This pit lane at Charlotte can definitely get very chaotic. Blaine Keys in the one, maybe there with a little bit of a slow stop. Tyler Jericho in the 97, definitely with a slow stop there. Jeffrey Finguy in the 69 as well, came into the pits second. Going to leave the pits here at the back of the field. That is a tough break there for Jeffrey Finguy. And a couple of trucks there getting damage repaired. LJ Semedo, Bruno Giacomo, Brian Webb, Jesse Turner might have been a part of that accident as well. He's still in the pit lane there in the number 9 machine. Our first caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Our multi-car crash there down the back straightaway, and that is definitely going to really throw a wrench into the strategy side of things. We'll just have to wait and see how it all ends up shaking out here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But let's take a quick look at what brought us under our first caution of the night, and we'll get you all right back to the racing action here from the K&N 200, here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we definitely might see a lot of chaotic racing in the early stages of this race, and after we saw 4 wide there for quite a bit with our front runners, had a bit more 4 wide back here. Unfortunately, not going to quite work out as well for Brian Webb and Leonard Kochmer as Webb gets spun off the bumper of Kochmer into the outside wall. Going to catch the 06 of Skep Silver there, going to spin him around as well. And as Kochmer gets turned sideways, the track pretty much blocked at this point. Silver gets turned down into the 5 of Bruno Giacomo. Nowhere for the 18 of Philip Torres to go. A lot of these guys going to go spinning into the inside wall. The 73 and the 61. Smedo and Stapleton also going to catch the 60 of Brian Webb. And just going to add more fuel to the fire as this big wreck unfolds here down the back straightaway. Really tough break there, though, for everybody involved. As for Giacomo going to get another hit there from the 39 of Leonard Kochmer, but an early caution here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And going to definitely shake things up quite a bit as when we go back green flag racing, going to have 23 laps to go. And I'll be right there on the cusp of the pit window. So definitely could make things interesting. We did go green flag racing all the way. But we'll have to wait and see how it all ends up playing out. But really quickly, we'll get you all one more replay here at full speed. And we'll get you all back to the racing action here from the K&N 200 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, we're going to watch 4 wide, and then we're not going to be watching 4 wide. It's going to be a madhouse. The PDE guys, Kochmer, Skep, Silver just hit the angle in the wall at the wrong spot. Giacomo, that is a bunch of trucks torn up early. That is some championship contenders torn up early here at Charlotte who didn't need it. And we are under caution. That's about 7 laps longer though than I thought these guys were gonna make it. So I gotta give them some props here.
Definitely gonna, like I said, saw a lot of aggressive racing there early on, and unfortunately they're gonna boil over there with Brian Webb and Leonard Kochmer setting off a pretty massive crash here down the back straightaway. But it's the 52 of Matthew Hubert who's gonna lead the field back to the green flag. Have to see how it all ends up shaking out after everything is said and done. But let's get you back to your live picture and your restart here from the K&N 200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the night here in the K&N 200 for a multi-car crash down the back straightaway. Fortunately going to result in quite a couple of cars with damage and a couple out of the race, including Skep Silver and Leonard Kochmer both taking it to the garage, and Jesse Turner in the 9, who I believe is still now coming out of the pit lane. Going to be multiple laps down. But this is really going to get interesting here. We're restarting here on lap 12. Going to have 23 laps to go. Right there on the cusp of the pit window. And these guys have already ran around a couple laps under caution. So this is definitely going to play out as a fuel mileage race if this thing goes green. But here we go. Coming back to the green. It's going to be Matthew Hubert leading, Isaac Nichols second, Logan Williams third, Duncan Ward fourth, Troxel rounds out your top five. You got Monaco, Alfred, Barretto, Charette, and Andrew Williams rounding out your top 10 as we're back green flag racing here in the K&N 200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Decent restart there for Matthew Hubert. He leads down the back straightaway. Logan Williams taking a peek already here under the 05 of Isaac Nichols there for the second position. Monaco in the 88 underneath the 24 of Duncan Ward there for fourth. Shuffling already going on back through here. Three wide. Bryce Egan, Andrew Miller, and Roberto Crown Jr. as we head here into turn number one. Egan way up the track. He's in the wall. Miller just barely slides up in front of him there off corner exit. And he's still like barely three wide there on the outside. We're three wide up here as well. But up towards the front, Logan Williams in the 10. Gonna take the race lead away. Eric Monaco side by side with Hubert for second. How about Avery Alford there in the 27 for Stover Motorsports? Fighting up here inside of the top five, but gets put in the middle of three wide as Lord Chung in the 83 is now in the fence, and around goes Aaron Abel. Roberto Crown Jr. Jericho Blake Keys is around, but he saves it. Stapleton trying to get it gathered up. And we'll throw that fuel mileage out the window because we've already got our second caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Logan Williams in the 10 is going to lead him back to the caution flag. Eric Monaco in second, Hubert in third. Drops the fourth, Charette rounds out your top five. Jeffrey Finguy, Roberto Crown Jr., Aaron Abel, Blaine Keys, Tyler Jericho amongst the cars involved.
Oh my goodness.
Man, oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see what everybody likes to do here. Logan Williams looks like he's going to lead. Looks like everybody here down the pit lane. And from this point on out, everybody should be able to make it to the end. But still, this could definitely get quite interesting, as we still could definitely have a lot of shakeups here under the pit cycle with anybody maybe trying to roll the dice here. Looks like a lot of guys are just doing gas and go here, as Logan Williams going to lead the field here off of the pit lane. Eric Monaco in second. Ludovic Charette is third. Fourth, I think, is barely going to go to the 52 of Matthew Hubert, or maybe the 11 of Logan Williams. Have to see how everything ends up shaking out. Three wide back here as we head out of the pit lane. But already here under our second caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And just starting to reach halfway home here through the K&N 200. And well, Matt, we know now that they should potentially be able to make it to the end on fuel. So, at this point, what is your outlook on this race as it goes along?
Get to the lead and run away from it, because if you are fourth on back, there's some of these guys I don't want to be around tonight with some of the moves they are making, using up the entirety of the racetrack, using up the wall, using up safety car period. I mean, it has been safety truck, my bad. This has been a wild start to this race, and an unbelievable contrast to the very clean, very green race we had here the last time we came to this track.
Definitely been quite a bit different. It's been a very chaotic race here so far at the Charlotte Motor Speedway here for the K&N 200. I have to see, hopefully, we can go caution-free here to the end this time around, but we'll just have to wait and see how it all ends up shaking out. But under our second caution of the night, here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for another multi-car crash here down the back straightaway, we'll take a quick look at what all went down, and we'll get you all back to the racing action here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the K&N 200. Taking things off here, following along with the 83 of Laura Chung. Gonna get into the outside wall here, going through turns 1 and 2. And just all gas, no brakes there for the 83, not letting off that outside wall. And eventually here, as they come off of turn number 2, the 83 is going to get off the outside wall, but Berto Crown Jr. in the 01 going to slide up the racetrack as the 83 tries to turn down off the wall a bit. They're going to get together and spin down the racetrack right into your points leader, Aaron Abel. And he's going to go around. Crown's going to go sideways. Tyler Jericho as well. Going to get caught up in that. Blaine Keys in the 1. Gets a tap there on Tyler Jericho and then kind of gets ran over there by the 69 of Jeffrey Finguy, who gets turned up into Matthew Burnett and Nathan Stapleton in the 61. Also getting a piece of that as well as he spins down to the inside, tries to hold on to it, but it's a little bit of a slap there on the inside wall to the driver's side door. That number 61. But for a lot of these guys involved, mostly just simple spins. A couple of pretty decent hits, though, especially for the likes of Blaine Keys and Jeffrey Finguy there. But still a really tough break there for everybody involved in this one. But we'll get you one more quick replay here at full speed, and then we'll get you all back to the restart here from the K&N 200 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, hold on tight, because we're going for a wild ride again when Laura Chung finally gets off the wall. There goes Crown, and there goes Aaron Abel, Tyler Jericho, Blaine Keys, spinning down the backstretch. Jeffrey Finguy, Stapleton, big ol' hit to the wall for Stapleton. I mean, just more trucks getting torn up here off of turn number 2. It has been a wild, wild race here tonight. And there's no sign of this race slowing down. It is absolute insanity here at Charlotte.
Absolutely. What a wild race it has been so far up to this point. And as the race goes along and as we get closer to the end, the aggression is just going to be on the up and up. So we'll have to see how it all ends up playing out here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But we'll just have to see under our second caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And coming back to the restart, it's going to be the number 10 of Logan Williams, who is going to be leading the field back. Let's get you all back to your restart here from the K&N 200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway here for the K&N 200. Wrapping up our second caution for the night for another multi-car crash down the back straightaway. Quite a few drivers. Luckily, nobody out of the race this time around. Quite a couple of drivers now with damage, including the 72 of Joe Rutkowski, who is still down the pit lane there at 72. Actually, he is back out here on the racetrack. So we'll restart there, one lap down. Have to see if he can get his lap back. But Logan Williams in the number 10 going to lead the field here back to green with Eric Monaco in second. Novik Charette in third, Andrew Williams fourth. Hubert rounds out your top 5. We have Troxel in 6th, Barretto 7th, Ward in 8th, Nichols 9th, and Carson Miller there rounding out your top 10. It's been a very chaotic first half of the race here in the K&N 200. Have to see how the second half plays out. And it's going to be Logan Williams leading us to the green flag here on lap number 19. We're back at green flag racing here in the K&N 200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I think that lap, or that now damaged truck of Joe Rutkowski is going to throw a little bit of a chill pill maybe on the at least initial, or somebody's going to send it 3 wide down the middle, which is going to get very scary here. Where did Ludovic Charette come from in the 14 for Beacon Quantum? I have no idea. It just popped up out of nowhere. This is going to be wild, wild, wild. I mean, remember Michigan? We thought Andrew Williams or Skep Silver had it won, and Isaac Nichols took it on the last lap, and we didn't think Aaron Abel was going to win the last lap. And welcome back to trucks in 2020. Oh no, we're going to go 3 wide again.
3 wide. Rutkowski gets put up on the outside by Troxel and Duncan Ward. Troxel going to pull a slide job there on the 72 of Joe Rutkowski, and right now maybe holding up the 14 of Charette and the 52 of Huber just a little bit. Doesn't look like he's too terribly off the pace, but it's just taking him a bit to get going there. But more 3 wide back here with Jack Hawthorne, Chung, and Avery Alford. But up at the front, it's Logan Williams leading the way. Monaco in second, but Andrew Williams looking for the second position, looking to make it a Broke Boys Garage 1-2. And here comes Duncan Ward as well, looking for the third position. How about Carson Miller in the 57 up into fourth? Or fifth, excuse me. Isaac Nichols there right behind him. Ludovic Charette in the 14 down into 7th. And battle for 8th as here comes the 42 of Andrew Miller. Looking to make some noise here inside the top 10 in that 42. But right now it's a 1-2 for Broke Boys Garage, and Andrew Williams all over the back bumper of his teammate for the lead and to the inside here off of turn number 4.
And these two just continue to show this year. I mean, Logan doesn't have the results yet, but he's had some great pace. Andrew also has been unbelievable and is in the point lead contention here and has a great shot to take it tonight. But here, they keep doing this, and it's going to open the door for Andrew's driver in Wawa Cup, Duncan Ward, to come flying up through here. And Monaco's not that far off. Isaac Nichols is still here. Ludovic Charette. We are going to be, the longer these two go side by side for the lead, we're going to keep a drafting pack up here. Williams to the lead with help from his driver, and don't count out Matthew Huber, who's back in the fight, but for the lead, Duncan Ward to the front for Angel Gutierrez.
Duncan Ward going to help his teammate to the race lead and is now going to try and take the lead away from his team owner in Wawa Cup as Duncan Ward takes the lead here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Andrew Williams with a good run there on the outside, going to hold on to second. Logan now down to third. Here comes Isaac Nichols, looking for his second win of the season, now up into fourth. And side by side back here for fifth, once again between Monaco and Charette with Hubert there, waiting in the wings. Logan goes up the racetrack. No, there goes Isaac Nichols. Isaac Nichols goes around. Ludovic Charette goes around. Matthew Huber in the 52 has nowhere to go. And our third caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Duncan Ward going to lead the field back to the caution flag. And that's going to set us up here for a late race restart here in the K&N 200.
I thought Darlington was peak GRT disaster class, but that actually might rival. That might be a bigger disaster class than Watkins Glen 2.5 years ago. I'm speechless. Oh my goodness.
The aggression out of these drivers has been absolutely rampant here tonight. And under our third caution for Isaac Nichols, Matthew Hubert, and Ludovic Charette all getting into it there down the back straightaway. Such a tough break for all three of those guys. All three of them were battling there probably for around a spot inside the top 5. All three of them I know were inside the top 10 at the time when that took place. But man, that is definitely disheartening to see after such a good run there for all three of those drivers. But my goodness, what a night it has been here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we still have to finish this thing out. It looks like we're going to end up here with a late race restart here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be Duncan Ward. Looks like he's going to lead the field back once everything is said and done. But really quickly, we'll take a quick look at what brought out the third caution of the night here from the K&N 200, and then we'll get you all back to your restart and hopefully the finish here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Well, We're talking about last caution flag. The aggression was just going to keep going on the up and up as this race gets closer and closer to the finish. And we're just going to see here 1 Ford, 2 Ford, red Ford, blue Ford. You're going to go 4 wide. Off of turn number 2, Ludovic Charette going to clip the 05 of Isaac Nichols, both running inside the top 5, I believe. And Nichols going to get spun hard lick to the inside wall for that 05. And Charette and Hubert both going to go around there. Hubert as well running up there. All 3 of these guys running up towards the front, fighting for the race win. And we've seen it many times so far tonight. Sometimes the pot just boils over, and fortunately this time around, going to take a couple of really competitive cars here tonight out of contention towards the tail end of this race. Such a tough break for all those guys involved. But what a crazy race that has been here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And still got a couple laps of racing left to go. We'll have to see how it all ends up shaking out after everything is said and done. But really quickly, we'll get you all one more replay here at full speed, and then we'll get you all back to your late race restart here from the KN200, here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, you've heard of disaster, but that's 4 GRT drivers going 4 wide, and 3 of them it doesn't work as Ludovic kind of clears out the 05 and Nichols, unfortunately. I mean, second week in a row, you know? I mean, or not second week in a row. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, they're all going for the win here. Everybody tonight running at 110. And for the 3 of them, unfortunately, it did not end well here.
Fortunately, it did not end well at all for Hubert Charette and Isaac Nichols. That's probably going to take all 3 of them out of contention here for tonight's race. So such a tough break for all 3 of those guys. But it's going to set us up here for a late race restart here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to go back green here with 5 laps to go. It's going to be the 24 of Duncan Ward out front, looking for 2 wins in a row for Renegade Gutierrez Racing. Have to see if he can hold on and pull it off here on the restart. Here from the KN200, here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up our 3rd caution of the night. What a night it has been so far here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But we're going to potentially, hopefully, our final restart here of the race. We got 5 laps to decide who walks away here with a checkered flag here at the KN200 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And up front, it's number 24 of Duncan Ward. Andrew Williams is in 2nd. Logan Williams is in 3rd. Monaco in 4th. Miller rounds out your top 5 there in the 42. Jack Haas in the 93 is now up into 6th. Dorn is 7th. Miller in 8th. How about Tyler Jericho? A nice recovery up into 9th. And Igor Barreto rounds out your top 10. Off of turn number 4. This is it. This is probably going to be for all the marbles here. And Duncan Ward going to lead the field down the front straightaway and back to the green flag. We're back racing here at the KN200 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Got 5 laps to go. Logan Williams already taking a peek underneath his teammate as we head into 1 and 2 with help from the 88 of Eric Monaco. See if he has enough momentum here to carry him to the 24 of Duncan Ward, but here comes the 88 of Monaco. To the inside, here comes the 42 of Andrew Miller and the 2 of Rogel Dorn there on the inside. Carson Miller also up in this mix as well. Logan hanging tough on the outside. Andrew's thinking about maybe 3 wide. Thinks better of it as he stays in behind the 88 of Eric Monaco, but Duncan Ward trying everything he can to try and pull away from the rest of these guys. Monaco still side by side with the 10 of Logan Williams. Logan not giving up that 2nd position. He's hanging real tough on that outside lane. Slipped it a bit wide there, though, through turns 3 and 4. See if Monaco can finally clear here down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go here from Charlotte. Monaco will clear heading into turns 1 and 2. And now looking to set sail to try and catch his 24 of Duncan Ward. But he goes wide himself there through turns 1 and 2. And now here comes the 42 of Andrew Miller looking to take second away.
And here comes the 2 of Randall Dorn looking to sneak on to the Renegade Racing on a heater the past 2 weeks. Oh, Miller took a little bit out of Ward's gap that time, though. They're going to need to get in a line, or Rogel Dorner, one of these drivers, is going to need to put in the greatest final lap we've ever seen if they want to catch this 24 here. The 2's on a heater, though. I don't think he's got enough time here, but he's going to get in the draft. He's going to clear the 42. He's going to nail a good 3 and 4. And if anything could happen in tonight's race, I mean, get the photo finish camera ready. We might not be done yet.
White flag, 1 to go here from Charlotte. And Rogel Dorn closing with a full head of steam on the 24 of Duncan Ward. Ward slides up the track through 1 and 2. Dorn has a run down the back straightaway. We're side by side, heading into turns 3 and 4. Dorn on the inside, Duncan Ward on the outside. Dorn sticks the corner and off of 4. Rogel Dorn is going to go to victory lane for Celsius Team Velocistar here in the K&N 200 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
What in the world? What in the world?
How about that one, Matt? How about that?
Well, I did say somebody, if you wanted to catch the 24, you were going to need one of the best final laps that we've ever seen, and oh my goodness. 8th to 1st in, what, 4 laps? 5 laps?
5 laps, but that was all that Rogel Dorn needed.
That is one of the greatest last restart runs that I think any driver has had in the rating era on this channel. That, no bias, that was an unbelievable run by Rogel Dorn to the finish.
Absolutely, that was an insane feat there on the final restart from Rogel Dorn, and in the end lays down, like you said, honestly one of the most fantastic final laps that we've ever probably seen here on the ratings there here on the channel. And man, that was an absolutely spectacular finish here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And in the end, it's Rogel Dorn getting it done for you all over there at Celsius Team Velocistar. My goodness, what a wild race we had here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oh my goodness. Rogel Dorn there going to come home with the race victory. And taking a quick look here through the rest of your finishing results. Duncan Ward drove a great race, still going to come home there in 2nd place. Logan Williams there with a great run, going to come home in the 3rd position. Andrew Miller going to bring it home 4th. Jack Haas comes home 5th. Tyler Jericho with a great recovery comes home in 6th. How about David Dixon in the 58 bringing it home 7th? For OSC Racing, Nicholas Samadio in 8th. Andrew Williams there with another top 10 there for Brook Boys Garage. And Eric Monaco rounds out your top 10. But man, like I said, we've seen a lot of parity so far here throughout this season. And this race alone, honestly, was absolute parity central. Just what a race here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And what a win out of Rogel Dorn. But, man, Matt, I gotta ask you, what was your thoughts on tonight's race here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the victory there out of the 2 of Rogel Dorn? And next time out, we're going to be at the Rockingham Speedway. That's definitely going to be an interesting one. So what are your thoughts on that as well as we head into the next week here, the Turkey Hill Truck Series?
I mean, I picked Rogel Dorn to win from 19th at Kansas. Maybe I should have picked Rogel Dorn. Should have ran it back and picked Rogel Dorn this week. I don't. I'm completely. I mean, we saw 3 GRT trucks clear each other out. We saw 2 others end up on the podium. It looked like the Broke Boys Garage Boys were going to sell it to Duncan Ward. And then I don't know what on earth just got into Rogel Dorn, but he put down 5 of the best laps that you could ever ask anybody to put down here. And he's going to walk away with his first career win here as a GRT family member, which is really awesome to see. Unbelievable race between just everybody here tonight. And I think this race is perfectly summarized by the fact that David Dixon did one of the greatest carry jobs I think you can do, and put that truck in 7th position is absolutely, with Nicholas Samadillo and Andrew Williams behind him. But yeah, another unbelievable race here. And I don't see any reason Rockingham is going to disappoint us the way that this season has gone so far.
Absolutely. Like I said, that race was just absolute parody central, and it was what a spectacular race we had here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Rockingham definitely ought to be a very, very interesting race next week as well. That race will be going up next Saturday, October the 11th at noon Eastern Time. Hope to see you all there. That one definitely ought to be another fun race to add on to this incredible run we've been on so far up to this point here in the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. What a season it has been so far up to this point, and starting to close in on halfway home, so it's starting to get close to crunch time here, so definitely going to be very, very fun to see how the second half of the season will go after how this first half has gone so far up to this point. But thank you all so much for tuning in here to tonight's KN200 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Once again, a huge congratulations are in order for Matt Tuck, Celsius T Velocitar, and Rogel Dorn, your race winners here in the KN200. And definitely have to also thank Matt for joining me alongside up here in the booth as well. And I will see you all next time out at the Cheerwine 250 at the Rockingham Speedway on Saturday, October the 11th at noon Eastern Time. But until then, you all take care and have a good one. Here's your point standings after race number 7 on the season.